Yes, please.
Earlier, the Honorable Roxon spoke about your rights in the law, and you read the rights, that you had a right to freedom of speech, correct?
That's correct. The Honorable Roxon read that.
Go to Article 41 of the same Constitution. Read the side notes.
Duties of a citizen.
Repeat it.
Duties of a citizen.
What? I didn't hear.
Duties of a citizen.
Go to Article 41D. Read 41D aloud.
The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly, it shall be the duty of every citizen to respect the rights, freedoms, and legitimate interest of others, and generally to refrain from doing acts detrimental to the welfare of other persons.
Very well. Very well. I shall, Chairman, with your leave. Chairman, with your leave, I shall, through you, forward to the nominee a document for him to read aloud. I have a series of them. Read number 9. Number 9.
SB 1 series.
Must we be prompting you? You what is this?
You can read
we have agreed to do so. Honorable, order, Chairman, Honorable Nominee, you have, I've turned to number 9. You've seen it labeled?
Yes, please, number 9.
Please read the content of that post of yours aloud.
There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that the current Chief Justice is engaged in judicial thuggery and poses an existential threat to the dispensation of justice in an equitable, fair, and just manner. Such partisan behavior at the apex court of our judiciary must not be entertained and must be condemned with all the force reasonable people can muster. Judicial gangsterism is a precursor for the breakdown in the dispensation of justice and the doctrine of the rule of law. Common sense ought to be an ingredient in the dispensation of justice.
My respected colleague, what you have just read, was it authored by you?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
What date was this authored?
On the 27th of March, 2024.
Now, on the 27th of March, 2024, you wrote this about the Chief Justice of the Republic, correct?
Yes, I did.
You have again read Article 41D. For the avoidance of doubt, read it at the risk of being repetitive. Read it one more time.
Mr. Chairman, I remember the content.
Read it one more time.
Well, I'm not going to read the heading again. I'll just read the 41D.
I am asking you a question, Honorable Nominee.
Yes.
Once the question is allowed, you cannot overrule it. I'm saying read 41, yes, in full. Read 41D.
The exercise and enjoyment of rights and freedoms is inseparable from the performance of duties and obligations, and accordingly it shall be the duty of every citizen to respect the rights, freedoms, and legitimate interests of others, and generally to refrain from doing acts detrimental to the welfare of other persons.
My respected colleague, what you have just read as your constitutional duty, and what you have also read as your constitutional right, if you reconcile, would you say that all those words you used to describe the Chief Justice were fair?
Mr. Chairman, that post was premised on my understanding and reading of Article 296 of the Constitution, and I will proceed to read with your leave.
That's okay. Please proceed.
The side note is exercise of discretionary power. Where in this Constitution or in any other law discretionary power is vested in any person or authority, A, that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply a duty to be fair and candid. B, the exercise of the discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious, or biased based on resentment, prejudice, or personal dislike, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. And C, where the person or authority is not a judge or other judicial officer, there shall be published by constitutional instrument or statutory instrument regulations that are not inconsistent with the provision of this Constitution or that that other law to govern the exercise of the discretionary power. Discretionary power is vested with the Chief Justice. She exercised same in the matter before her. My views were what I expressed in the post.
When did you say you posted those comments?
27th of March 2024 at 6:34 a.m.
What occasioned this post?
Activities that had gone on the previous day in court.
Can you share with us the activities that had gone on in the previous day in court, and in which matter?
It was in the anti-LGBTQ case, the case you referenced earlier on. I don't really remember all the details, but I'm fully aware that my comments were in reference to the actions that had happened the day before in court.
You had earlier said that your criticism was premised on a July 28th disappointment. Now you are referring to a March post. So which is which? Just reconcile.
Chairman, at no point in my previous answer did I say that my displeasure with the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice was exclusive to the July 18th ruling. The case had started in court from the 5th of March. I made reference to the fact that the July 18th ruling is what led me to lead a national demonstration against the Chief Justice.
So what exactly did the Chief Justice do to you on the 5th of July, of March 2024? 24, you said 23rd.
27th
so
of March.
This post was 27th of March. And you are saying that based on what happened in court on the 26th of March. And can you tell us exactly what happened on the 26th of March, which led to such description of the Chief Justice of the Republic?
Mr. Chairman, let me be clear that I have answered this already and stated that I don't really remember all the actions that happened there. But again, let me be very quick to add that post this social media post, the Chief Justice has had occasion to write to me on 2 occasions through the Judicial Secretary. The Chief Justice is clothed with the powers of contempt. If she thought and held the view that legally I had erred, the Supreme Court of Ghana is not one that has shied away from using its contempt powers. They have failed to hold me for contempt because I have not erred, and I'm sure that the Chief Justice herself and the Judicial Council and the Supreme Court recognize that constructive criticism is helpful for the dispensation of our justice system. Thank you.
So you hold a view that those words used in describing the Chief Justice of the Republic to you remain constructive and nothing less?
I hold that view, sir.
Clerk, kindly furnish me the document. Honorable nominee, please let's go to your CV. Please, where were you born?
I was born in Somanya in the eastern region of Ghana.
I'm not familiar with Somanya. Is it in the eastern region of the country?
Mr. Chairman, I just stated that I was born in Somanya in the eastern region of Ghana.
Now, Krobo, Odumase, and Somanya, are they the same?
I am unable to respond accurately to that. I'm not sure about that, but I believe that one of the MPs from the Krobo area is present in the committee. He can help us with the geography.
Honorable nominee, respectfully, are you familiar with Krobo Odumase?
Yes, I know the constituency, the lower Manya Krobo constituency and upper Manya, yes.
I'm not talking about constituency. I'm talking about a town called Krobo Odumase. Odumase Krobo.
Yes, I know a town like that exists, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. And I'm asking you whether that town and Somanya are the same or different.
I am unable to answer. I told you I'm not very conversant with the geography of the area.
Did you live in Somanya where you were born?
Chairman, before you came in, when I did the introductory part, I stated that I was born in Somanya, but I grew up in Nigeria. My mother is here, my birth mother is here, and if you want her to swear the oath, she will, to testify on at what age she took me. But I was taken to Nigeria at the age of 6 months. At that age, I don't think I would have been in a position to know what my surroundings were. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, are you currently in possession of a birth certificate?
I don't have my birth certificate here, but I own one.
Is it a very old one or the digital birth certificate?
Mr. Chairman, it's a very old one. My parents have done very well to preserve it.
And that has your place of birth as Somanya?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
You are in possession of a Ghanaian passport?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. 2, actually, but under the same name. A regular passport and a diplomatic passport, all under the name Samuel Nate George. Thank you.
The Ghanaian passport you have, does the place of birth bear Somanya?
Both do, Mr. Chairman.
So you would disagree with anybody who would suggest that you were born in Odumase Krobo? You would disagree?
My parents told me I was born in Somanya. They are the best to determine and tell me where I was born. Thank you.
Honorable nominee, on your CV, you have indicated that you have undertaken a number of courses.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
But before then, you have indicated that you speak English, Ga, Dangbe, and Tree.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Do you speak any language of Nigerian origin?
Muso Yoruba, dear, sir.
You speak Yoruba?
Yes, I do, and a bit of Igbo. I can tell you my name, Ahambu Sam George.
Don't pay attention to my questions. Pay attention to my questions. And then answer my questions. Not for the gallery, but for me. All right? Do you speak Yoruba?
Fairly.
You speak a bit of Igbo.
Yes, please.
To take the leave of Mr. Chair to amend your CV to include Yoruba.
With the leave of Mr. Chairman, if it pleases the committee for me to have to, but I just put the Ghanaian languages I spoke on my CV.
But it is here you stated languages spoken. Languages spoken. So I'm asking, since you say you speak Yoruba, that would you want to take the leave of Mr. Chair to amend to reflect that?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it can be amended with the leave of Mr. Chair.
Leave granted, amendment accordingly carried out.
Now, you have stated hometown to mean to be Old Ningo. We've had different descriptions of hometown. So tell you how you come by hometown.
I believe on my CV it says Ahriam, Old Ningo. And Ahriam is where my father hails from, where my father comes from. So that's where my father's house is.
And mom too from there?
My mom is from Old Ningo town itself.
Your CV page 1, you have indicated that you have a BSc Agricultural Engineering, Soil and Water Engineering specialization from KNUST. May I know from you, at KNUST, were you a member of TESCOM?
Never.
Did you at any point join TESCOM outside of, at any of the institutions that you studied?
Never, Mr. Chairman.
So you disagree with any report to the effect that you were once upon a time a member of TESCOM?
That would be an unfortunate lie. I disagree with it.
The states, as part of our vetting, you know that we request for due diligence reports from state security. So, as at January 27, 2025, state security has said that you were once upon a time a member of TESCOM.
This is part of the reason why I'm on record to have said that the new Mahama administration has to overhaul our entire state security apparatus because it's woefully ineffective if it says I've ever been a member of TESCOM. Thank you.
Very well. And you would also disagree to the information given to us that you were not born in Odumasu Krobo. You disagree with them?
Absolutely.
Now, you have on page 2 of your CV. Let's go to page 2. You said you have executive masters in international strategy and diplomacy, London School of Economics and Political Science, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
You have the certificate with you?
Not here, but I can furnish the committee with it. If
Chairman, with your leave, would want to take that later, since he doesn't have it now.
No problem.
Certified true copy later, you can let us have it.
I would quickly make the request to the LSE for a certified true copy.
You have the certificate with you. You have graduated.
I have the original certificate framed. You're asking for a certified true copy.
No, but you can certify it. You can get it certified. Any notary public.
I would choose to get it certified from the university that issued the certificate.
Listen to the question. Give the exact answer to the question. I will then proceed to give you the opportunity to tell us briefly about yourself, and then we'll proceed with the questions. You have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, before I render brief remarks about myself, I wish to seek your leave to make some preliminary remarks about the circumstances of yesterday. I feel strongly about that because on my way here, I listened to a press conference addressed by the respected minority leader. The press conference was carried live on Joy FM. After that press conference, I have been inundated with calls from the media. I heard myself very clearly
Purposes of this committee. I'll make the request to the LSE.
This perhaps is a legal question, so it's all right if you understand it, sir. Well, for the benefit of your supporters, we are here to also help you. I know you've done LLB. I know you've done LLB. You've not been called to the bar yet. You don't need to write to your school to give us a certified copy. Once you are in possession of the original, a notary public who cites the original can certify. That is a law which they should know. Now, would you be able to furnish us with a certified copy of that certificate?
If it pleases the committee, Mr. Chairman.
When did you start the program? And when did you finish the program?
September 2021, and I submitted my dissertation in July 2022.
How did you pursue the program?
Directed by the chairman of the committee to kindly invite you to attend upon the appointments committee on Thursday, the 30th of January 2025 at 1 p.m. Thursday, 30th of January 2025 at 1 p.m. Emphasis mine. At committee rooms 1 and 2 at the administration block, Parliament House, Accra. You are kindly requested to submit copies of your CV, tax clearance certificate, the Ghana Revenue Authority Secretariat, to the appointments committee on the second floor. And the letter adds, you are further requested to provide the names of 10 guests who will be present to witness your vetting. Please find attached guidelines for the preparation of your CV. Yours faithfully, Mrs. Giftiji Agegoba. And she did attach the schedule for yesterday. I was to come right after the lunch, who will be smuggled into your hearings with my wife, my chiefs, respected ambassadors, Chief Director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, former ministers of Foreign Affairs. I take strong exception to that. I thought that the minority leader, at the very least, will have apologized to my revered chiefs who had traveled all the way from the Volta region, including the Tepaman traveled all the way from the Ashanti region, where I have been serving as Mbrantia Hine over the last 15 years.
Please be brief.
So, Chairman, this is a very serious matter. It's a reputational issue. I was not smuggled here. There was no conspiracy. And before the minority leaders press conference, another colleague on the minority side, the Honorable Vincent Ekoasefwa, also put out a post on social media accusing me of backdoor tactics and that I'm not going to be vetted. Yesterday, one wonders if this was some preconceived agenda to just cast a slur at my reputation. And Mr. Chairman, I want you to take a decision on this matter because my chiefs are beginning to wonder, did I mislead them? Or did I have an appointment to appear before you? Respected ambassadors are asking me, what happened? Team Oral and others are all asking me, are you sure you had an invitation yesterday after listening to the minority leaders press conference? So,
Honorable.
Mr. Chairman, we demand an unqualified apology from the respected minority leader. My chiefs will not accept this. My guests, whose names I submitted to you on the 27th of January, will not accept this. And it has to be made very clear. I feel very strongly about this matter.
Honorable
We are not
nominee.
some idle people who will be smuggled into
Honorable nominee.
appointments committee hearings.
Honorable nominee, take it easy. I think as a committee, we've taken some responsibility. That is why, by way of opening remark, I apologize to you and the chief, together with your revered guests. What really happened was that since last week, we programmed the nominees to be vetted for the entire week. As a result of a derogatory statement against me and the members of the committee, we've taken Wednesday to deal with the problem. And that has affected our calendar, and same should have been communicated to those who were unable to vet on that Wednesday. I agree to the fact that you are scheduled to be vetted on Wednesday. The letter that you read actually came from the secretary as directed by Bernard Ahiafo, the chair of the committee. So as a matter of fact, you did not smuggle yourself to be vetted yesterday. The letter was not retracted for you to be scheduled. So that was the shortfall. And on behalf of the committee, we render a sincere apology to you and your revered guests. So, Honorable Nominee, I think the apology from the chair should settle the issue. Thank you very much. Then we then proceed to ask you.
So,
to
Mr.
tell
Chairman,
us
how about the
about
press conference? The press conference addressed by the minority
the
leader.
media
He should
is
speak to it.
covering us. And I've stated clearly that the committee takes responsibility. We wrote a letter to you. So if it is Honorable Sami Okudzeto, my good friend, if it were to be fair, I will not be apologizing to you on behalf of the committee. That is why I am pleading to you that accept my apology on behalf of the entire committee. Therefore, this time, if you want to insist on our rights, maybe the whole day. So please, once I have taken the responsibility, and I apologize to you and your revered guests. Right, maybe the whole day. So please, once I have taken the responsibility, and I apologize to you and your revered guests on behalf of the entire committee, whoever is a member of the committee, that based on the unfortunate incident, be it a press conference or a statement in the media or a post in the media, I am on behalf of everybody apologizing to you. So accept my apology and let this matter be settled. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Handily
Mr. Chairman.
proceed to tell us about yourself.
I'm grateful, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, my name is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, born on the 11th of August, 1980, in Accra. I hail from Afenyo in the North Tongue district. By way of basic education, I was in Association International School at Airport, proceeded to the only secondary school in the world, Presbyterian Boys Secondary School, and then proceeded to the University of Ghana, where I read political science, philosophy, and economics. I have a master's in international politics and defense, another master's certificate in leadership from Harvard Kennedy School. My masters were from the University of London and the University of Leicester. I also have a professional Prince 2 qualification. I am currently serving in my 4th term, representing the chiefs and the good people of North Tongue. I have served as ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee for almost 8 years. In the 8th Parliament, I also served as chair of the Assurances Committee. I've held various positions in public service, including Deputy Minister for Information, appointed by His Excellency Professor John Evans Atta-Mills of blessed memory. May his soul rest in peace. My dearest mentor, who I miss greatly. I was also appointed by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I served as Deputy Minister for Education in charge of tertiary education. I currently chair President Mahama's flagship anti-corruption team, the Operation Recover or Loot team, a position I'm very, very proud of as chair, and I will miss dearly when I hand over in the next few days. Mr. Chairman, kindly permit me to convey sincerest gratitude from the depth of my heart to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for this appointment. I have already assured him that I will give it all and I will make him and the country proud.
Thank you very much.
I'm concluding, Mr. Chairman,
Very
if you
well.
give me 30 seconds. I must also thank my dear mother, Her Excellency Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, the first female Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. And in conclusion, Mr. Chairman, I want to thank senior and veteran diplomats and former foreign ministers of our country who have all met me, Dr. Obeda Samoa, Ambassador D.K. Osei, Ambassador Gbeho, Professor Kwame Ahoy, who have all been very, very supportive since my nomination, all the other ambassadors and staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I definitely reserved the best for last, my loving, dear, supportive wife, who has always stood by me. I thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
That is your seat out. You've broken your seat, so go.
Please, any further question? Yes, so I also want to find out.
Nothing happened here. No. It will happen. We are not going here. We are not going anywhere. Nowhere. It will never happen. It will never happen. We are not leaving. Who are you? Oh, come on! What's wrong with that?
RASH HOUR, a Judicial tour. RASH HOUR, a Judicial tour.
Friday, 31st January 2025. Memo Akwawa, at the battle RASH HOUR show. So, Medei, at the Bermako Kuswan to meet my friend Ken Asu-B. Nene, RASH HOUR show no is going to be a very interesting one. Yabako, the Parliament of Ghana, in Manyoma, a course on the 30th of January. Our bra Sam Jata George appeared before appointment committee no ekokoye ne vetting and some course so nyina no ye de bebro san so na ene nim se Okudzeto Ablakwa enso edene de ekwakoto aso me no ka sei o ho sesie ya mpanimfo ehwe atoto na no kama ntia no nso asan ho na yedi nkomo no nyina no na ye de information ne nsam na wo kan bi ne de hihye mo na ama conversation na very interesting na fe ya ma opportunity no na won so wo de wadwenkyere aba through test obitima ko ye YouTube na wakwa send a message or sanso na Facebook obitima send a message or na fe ya sanso ma opportunity no then you call in na woni yen adi nkomo kama na answer na ebewura mu kra no Parliament of Ghana identify na exist o duty eden. Now the parliamentary service exists to facilitate the work of parliament through provision of support services to the House, including its committees and agencies, for the purpose of ensuring full and effective exercise of the powers of Parliament. Furthermore, it works to enhance the dignity of the House and adequately inform the public on parliamentary activities. In discharging its functions, the service ensures transparency, non-partisanship, and a high sense of professionalism. Once again, Mamin Samu Okwaba, and from the RASH our show so. And some I can say we'll share a new over the weeks, over the days. El Koso Parliament na say professionalism El Koso. Wait me atro. They are to YouTube, they are my wait me atro. They are to Facebook, am I? Sounds so na opportunity about wait me call in. Na watch the word. Oshe na say emrantie ni munyam for mobile ni munyam for more parliament amenu mienu. Ye ko gina ewia so. Bebi wo ho nso toye. Mframa ibi kwa na come do. Say wada agye kokotoma no ohwe dignity ne animuonyam a esefata ana wono ni di dwuma na osoma wono so nkonkodi wo parliament no saa na ekoso nso a wonso betimi agemre na wode ho nsensem nyina de abreng na enra ansa na me introduce my guest crowd amount enra 30th January one of nkofo ana ye expect wo mo ewo appointment committee Sam George ekoye na busafo na very very interesting start ye o share honorable Jerry Ahmed or started the questions ebe by do obona baso ewo ni age and then yoma wa achieve because in name Sam George 40 years introduction ni age at a very young age and then yoma throughout in the career what my achieve no hu ne say esefata say ebona baso nemu osanso kika nsem pi say abaso boni nyina mu no nanso ewo ho nanso ni bi ne den Ghana fo no bi hu ne say Sam George ase woye dwe kakra Sam George ase wo mu ade onsen kaye bi no enye Sam George de ho anu yie baae sanso na other members of the appointment committee ebusa no questions efa LGBTQ ho nsem Yesansu busa na nsem e de fa Ghana card ho any yen cards because mind you Sam George one of the most important ministries wo Ghana say the communication ministry ho ana Sam George kwa head no these are some of the very important matters na say yede Emma Sam George obusan for Sam George kasa pi say the medical card no Sam George kasa pa Emma ne nsem ni bi wo ho a ebi mu de ebi mu nso anye ebi mu de now Miramu ye no ebra Afenyo Markins eba ya one Sam George be di nkomo no it's on record so ono nko no kasa for 3 hours because mind you there is no specific regulation bia as to the number of questions and now said the duration I was a ranking member of parliament for the purposes of our conversation the ranking member of the committee you need specific duration be another period be also or the vetting. So members now or more work committee they can have like 2 questions, maybe a follow-up question, or bit might have 3 questions. But to do ranking member so ranking member our opportunity so obusa question be also obusa. Adebako was a Ghana for including myself. Wow, me. Adebako was in yet ase and say when the business of parliament sometimes in this particular way definition say omu di omu komosi anaso wono mo ye vetting most instances the majority doesn't work most instances so majority ne be ye adwuma aya na nye gidi e adwuma be na make kan wasem ye nim say adwuma na omo ye no to vet a candidate a potential candidate in vetting him or her no o say ebusa series of questions emu odu important pa sounds so linked to the ministry na nipa na ekwakoye adwuma no and also to the region na nipa no ekwakoye adwuma no and very important but over the years we've realized say abusafo na edin say the majority side na one mo nkofo eba for vetting no and edin so onu bebu so mo questions it's in most of the time a normal pass through bon so mo ba ya bon say honorable we know that you can do the job. Congratulations. We know you are going to make the people of Ghana proud. You are going to make the president proud. And we can't wait to see the success at your office. No, my kind of so we are not pass mic. In most instances, I am a minority in the year Jumapa. So let's be clear with that. The Akosuni in a Nyoma Yen be the our parliament, no. The Akosuni in a Nyoma happened with parliament over the years. It's no a bra who wants the NPP Telkunyasono. Say obi ba no oba be vet na who the NPP for no nshada nye nipa no ho adwuma but who say the minority which is the NDC ebe draw nipa no normal no ho adwuma pa hu say nipa no or you're ready, or say confirm no, and I say you say confirm no. And because I go through over the years, this is exactly what is happening again. Now, some George buy, now in comedy can cost for like an hour and a half, be a quenya busibisane dear, na ye breaky kakra na ye koba. But once again, Afenyo Markins buy, not just a ononkwane Sam George, 3 hours back and forth. If you applaud Sam George for the boldness, for being fair, for not folding. If you also applaud Afenyo Markins, say he brought the best out of Sam George. Wamiya say we are going to have someone obet medina yina ya name any telco said dim komo e wa bra say o committee ase a onfodi obet makasa de amaye Ghana for. And emu ache ebi nso say Sam George as we arrogant so said na osika say de sa enisa obi a okakọ head an important ministry to say communication sector no enisa sana okasa tie enisa sana o articulation wise enya sana wo say ekọ wo say wo ba form now church the fact that you are able to express yourself doesn't mean say I was we are all bossy now coming out as an arrogant person even muso say Debbie the Afenyo Markins say pa no nya no na dada nyina Afenyo Markins nim so wenya boys na saa time yi ana no wenya obi a boot for boot band for band one ne ekọ na che say one fan ahongono so kra it Ghana mu ache obi e kan ne de